Hey, it's Paul. Welcome back to B&B Talk. There's so much to cover. Do me a favor, hit the subscribe button and I'll jump right into things. The first thing we see is Steffi, and she's in a meeting with Carter and Liam and Quinn, and Pam comes in and tells her that Ivy's in the building. Now, she sends Charlie right over to see, and she goes over as well. And Ivy says that she's got to get her stuff. And Steffi tells Charlie that he can go get the stuff, but Ivy has to stay there because she doesn't trust her. And so things are pretty tense there. And after that, we see Quinn, and she wants to know what Ivy did. But Liam tells her basically to shut up and do her job, and says that Ivy made some bad decisions and she let her emotions get in the way, and that's all he'll really say on the subject. Now, when Wyatt makes his pitch to Katie and Bill, Katie reminds him that he's got to be careful about taking on Forrester. And it's a huge company. It's a juggernaut in fashion, so she's warning him. But Katie says it's an interesting idea, and she says she might want to be part of it. She's got a lot of ideas on the subject, and she tells Bill that they should look into it. Now, Wyatt says that they're going to hire the best up-and-coming talent when they ask him how they're going to basically staff the place, and he says including Ivy. Now, Bill reminds him, after telling him that, or asking him if he's doing it for his girlfriend, Bill reminds him that he'll be in direct competition with his brother. And Wyatt says Liam is in a horrible position. He's got to jump whenever he's told, and he doesn't want to be that person. He wants to be his own man. He wants to be the boss. And Bill sort of gets a kick out of the fact that he wants to be his own boss. He's a little charged by that. And he also tells his dad that he wants to prove himself. Now, we go back and we see Ivy, and she's pleading her case to Steffi again, and they're rehashing everything. And Steffi wants no part of it. She shuts her down and tells her she can't trust her. And she said, if you want to see what a person is like, then give him a little bit of power. And she reminds her what happened with Rick. The same thing with Rick. Rick got a little power and he went crazy, and she says to Ivy, you did the same thing. And she says maybe she should go back to Australia, but she says her days in LA fashion are over, and that's it. And then we see Pam and Charlie after that, and Pam's going into sleuth mode because she tells Charlie that there has to be more to what's going on than what they're being told, and it looks like she's going to try to get to the bottom of it. Now, after that, we see Ivy show up at Wyatt's, and she tells him all the gory details of what happened when she went back to get her stuff. And she tells Bill and Katie as well, and everybody's sort of upset about this, and they don't know why they would do this, but they're not happy about it. And Ivy says that she's afraid that she'll be blackballed in the industry. Now, Katie tells Ivy that Wyatt has been trying to convince Bill to open up a fashion house. Now, obviously this gets Ivy's interest, but she doesn't really know what's going on. And Bill says that he hasn't given it his okay yet, but Wyatt says when he goes into salesman mode that Ivy will be the leader of the design team. And they all have a look like, what? And Wyatt prefaces it by saying that Ivy's done a little bit of design, but Ivy says she hasn't really done anything professionally, and she says that she hasn't really shown it to anyone, including the people at Forrester. And Bill points out the obvious fact that fashion isn't a big return, so this is a risky venture, but he says he'll consider it. And then after that, we see Liam, and he brings up Wyatt's threat to Steffi, but what Steffi says when Liam asks her what to do about Wyatt, she thinks Wyatt will still stay with Forrester, and she also says that Wyatt should get as far away from Ivy as possible, but obviously we know that's not the case. Now, after that, we see Wyatt and Ivy one more time. Now, Wyatt tells Ivy that Steffi might just fire him anyways, based on what's gone down and the fact that he's siding with Ivy. And he keeps pushing Ivy until she says that yes, she's in on the plan. And Wyatt goes on and he whines some more about Liam, and he says he doesn't have to answer to the Forrester. And Ivy gets a kick out of his confidence, and that's where we leave things. So, a huge episode. Can't wait to see what's going to happen next with this real fashion company, Spencer Fashion House. So it'll be interesting. I love your thoughts. Anyways, it's Paul, it's B&B Talk. Don't forget to follow us on social media, and have a great day.